out.
With all those gates sealed, the north exit should be closer.
No more contact.
What's up, ladies and gents? This is Vornhoult here for another The Division 2 build video, and today I am showcasing the version 2 of my tip of the spear pestilence build. So without further ado, let's get right into the specializations. For this one, I am using the gunner specialization, mainly for the every third reload is 50% faster, as well as the killing enemies grants 10% armor, as well as the increased rate of fire by 5% for each kill. So I think this specialization would be the best one to use with this version of my tip of the spear build, because of how I'm utilizing getting as much armor as you can whenever you kill an enemy. So yes, that's it for the specialization. Now we go on into the gear. So with this build, I am still using the exotic LMG Pestilence. So I have my Pestilence right here with 15% LMG damage, 12% damage to targets out of cover, and 5% damage to armor. And we all know about the talent Plague of the Outcast, but for those of you who don't, this hits apply a debuff dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds, and this stacks up to 50 times. And then whenever an enemy dies, with this debuff, all stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy within 25 meters. So 25 meters is really huge. So you'd be able to expect this transferring to another enemy whenever you kill that enemy. And then my secondary weapon is this infantry MG5. Not the best one I have, but it still works. I have 15% LMG damage, 8% damage to targets out of cover, and 6% critical hit chance with talent Frenzy. So for every 10 bullets in the magazine capacity, you gain 3% rate of fire and 3% weapon damage for 5 seconds. So partnering that with the high rate of fire by this weapon, you can almost make sure that this talent is up all the time. Then for my sidearm, I'm just using the named pistol, which is the lightning rod, with 12% pistol damage and 8% critical hit chance with perfect salvage, so that is killing a target has 85% chance to refill the magazine. So we go on to the gear pieces. So like I've said, this is a second version of my tip of the spear build, and with this version, I made it to have as much weapon handling as I can, because I've noticed that if you increase the weapon handling on your build, especially on the LMG, you can see how much of a difference it makes. All your shots are very accurate. You don't have that much recoil. At the same time, the reload speed is effective as well. So with that, this is the first piece of that tip of the spear. So just a recall on the set bonuses. So 2 pieces gives you 10% signature weapon damage, 3 pieces gives you 10% weapon damage, and then 4 pieces gives you aggressive recon, Dealing damage with a signature weapon increases total weapon damage by 20% for 60 seconds and automatically generates signature weapon ammo every 60 seconds. So if you efficiently use your signature weapon, you can make sure that this is up as well most of the time because of that 60-second difference. So this mask has 15% weapon damage as well as an 8% weapon handling that I've recalibrated with a 5.7% critical hit chance. Next set piece is the chest piece, which has 14.5% weapon damage, another 8% weapon handling, which I recalibrated with 5.6 critical hit chance. And this chest piece has a talent Specialized Destruction, which increases the aggressive recoil weapon damage bonus from 20% to 40%. So 40% is a huge bonus. If you compare it with the glass cannon only gives you 30%, and it has the downside of being able to take more damage from enemies, and this one doesn't have that downside, so this is a must-have when you're using a tip of the spear build. Next up, we have the holster, our third piece, which has 15% weapon damage and 8% weapon handling as well. And then one of the key pieces of this build is this Petrov Defense backpack with Bloodsucker on it. So as you know, whenever you kill an enemy with a Pestilence, the Pestilence debuff transfers to another one. So if you are like shooting at multiple enemies with multiple buffs, you would be able to kill them multiple times at the same time as well. So proccing Bloodsucker, which is, as this talent describes, killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds with a max of stack, which is 10. So you could get that 10%, I mean that 100% bonus armor if you time your kills right. So this backpack comes with 12% weapon damage, 8% weapon handling, which I recalibrated, 4.7 critical hit chance, and a 5.7 critical hit chance mod. And then next up, we have the fourth piece of our tip of the spear, which is the gloves. You have 14.9% weapon damage on this one, and then 8% weapon handling. And then lastly, I am using the exotic knee pads, which is the Ninja Bike Messenger knee pads. And I'm using this because of how long it takes the LMG to reload. And because of this talent, the talent of this exotic I mean, which is Parker, performing a cover to cover or vaulting reloads your drawn weapon and grants plus 25 bonus armor for 5 seconds. So that's another bonus armor increase. So paired that with Bloodsucker and the knee pads, you can get a lot of bonus armor with this build. So this comes with 15% weapon damage, 5.3% critical hit chance, and 10.8% critical hit damage. So that is the build. For the skills, I'm just using the assault skill, the assault turret skill, and the decoy, mainly because I want to remove the aggressiveness of the NPCs away from me, so I can focus my fire and I can focus it longer without having to worry about being shot at. But you can run any skills you want. You could run the Reviver Hive, or you can also run the Booster Hive if you want to increase your weapon handling and weapon damage more as well. You can also use the drone, the Striker drone, to get a lot more aggro as well. And the skills for this build is all up to you, but I think these two works well with the way I played. And that's it. Let's go into the stats. So this has 115 weapon damage, 37% critical hit chance, not that high, but still that is helpful. 55.8% critical hit damage and 85% headshot damage. If you go into the offensive tab, this build has 106.4% all weapon damage bonus with 40% light machine gun damage bonus. So that's it for the build. I hope you guys like this. If you have any comments and suggestions so how to further improve this build, do comment on the comment section below. And if you like the video, do like and subscribe on the channel and ring that notification button so that you can know whenever I upload new videos. And that's it. Thank you again and keep on gaming.